You might be a Tesla fanboy or have your life savings invested in Lucid, but you should never forget that empires fall, and being arrogant and condescending is a sign of a weakness, not a virtue. And thus, at all times, especially when it's your money on the table, you should remember to keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the competition. Because even though they might not hit the jackpot, they can still pull a Kanye on your Taylor Swift. Slowly, one release at a time. And so today Audi released their newest electric SUV called Audi Q4, and to save you the hustle, I've put together the highlights of the event. Please enjoy.
Today we are bringing premium electric mobility to the compact segment with the Q4 E-Tron and the Q4 Sportback E-Tron. And they are among the 20 fully electric cars we are going to launch by 2025. The Q4 e-tron redefines the segment boundaries as we know them today. It combines the A+ segment dimension with a B segment trunk volume and a C segment interior. That's what makes it a perfect main car and suitable for everyday use.
And these proportions are simply perfect SUV proportions, and I'd like to explain to you why. There's a huge battery pack located in the floor. To create the space, we put the wheels in the corner of the car. And by the way, the wheels are the biggest wheels we ever used in an A+ segment vehicle. But I have to point out this overhang. You know, we are always fighting for short overhangs. And this is really by far the shortest overhang we ever had at Audi. But the most important detail is our single frame. We want that you recognize this car from far away as an Audi because of the single frame shape. And then you reckon in the same second, oh no, it's a closed covered single frame with a brightened color, and the brightened color is sitting in dark surrounding. This shows you from far away that's an Audi e-tron. And I like this very slim light graphics. Talking about the body side, it's a very clean body side, and Quattro is a very important gene in our DNA. It has been in the past and will be in the future. And what we do in our exterior design, we always want to point out Quattro. That's why we put a very huge and muscular muscle on top of all four wheels. And the result is that the car looks very attractive, very sporty, very bold. And my favorite perspective is the three-quarter rear view. You can see that the slim cabin is sitting on this wide track and this wide muscle. And this is underlined, by the way, by this very precise daytime running light graphic. And Steven, if you think, yeah, I agree, Mark, it's a very attractive looking car, but it's not sporty enough for me, please follow me. I'd like to show you the Q4 Sportback e-tron. The difference is this very fast roofline, which everybody knows very well from our Sportback cars like an A7, for example. But this time, we did the fastest roofline, and this line is running into the spoiler. And we came up with this idea in the wind tunnel. And the result is that we could reduce the drag coefficient by many, many points. So altogether, we combine in perfection sporty lines with efficiency.
The range of the Q4 e-trons is up to 520 kilometers, according to WLTP, and of course, up to the model you choose.
And how did you achieve that?
The Q4 e-tron is our new development and is built on a purely electric platform that combines two things. Number one, you have a really upper-class interior, a lot of space. And number two, you have enough space for a big battery. So we can accommodate battery sizes 52 and 77 kilowatt hours net.
I think the most important question, though, is how fast does it charge?
Oh, it charges very fast. At the high charging station, you get 127 kilometers within 10 minutes. And the good thing is, if you combine the high charging with the Audi charging services, you have access to 210,000 charging stations within Europe.
Hey Audi, take me to the Allianz Arena.
Si tu commences à penser, c'est déjà trop tard.
An intuitive move at the right time, it can change everything.
The dimension of the Q4 e-tron is like an A+ segment vehicle, but the interior space is like a C segment vehicle. I'd like to give you some examples. The trunk volume is up to 535 liters, and you can increase this easily by folding down the rear seats up to almost 1,500 liters. But you know what's even more impressive is the roominess of the interior. Thanks to the flat floor, you know, one example is the floating center console, which offers you lots of space for your personal belongings. But what's even more impressive is the space in the second row. The front seat is in a perfect position for me, and I'm almost 2 meters tall. And the result is that there is a huge leg room, which usually a C or D segment car like A8 or A7 or A6 is offering. And that's a benefit of this EV architecture.
There is no light without a shadow. We know what's close, what's far, what's edgy, what's soft. We understand our world thanks to the shadows. My name is Cesar Montero. I'm the head of light design on wheel design at Audi. The light tunnel has become almost like the second office. We designed something that is on paper very nice, but it needs a physical confirmation.
All of us have family, we want to see our family, so we are really happy that we can do nearly all of the work during daytime. And then afterwards, when we go out for a night drive, it doesn't take that much time as before. My name is Stefan Berlitz. I'm head of development lighting. We develop all the lights around the car together with styling.
I think that it's very important to be together developing with the engineers. Without technology, it would be very difficult to do light design. We used to design lights with just a light bulb. It was pretty simple. In the moment where the LED came, we saw the potential of actually creating everything with light.
We really have a highlight in our car. The first time we have the possibility to individualize our lighting signature.
It's based on digital possibilities that our new technology offers. You can see a signature that is very focused or a bigger opening eye with a bigger pupil. When you look in both sides, it gives a completely different look to the car. You can choose by selecting in your MMI your individual signature. And in this moment, I think it's when the people see not only the Audi, they will say, I saw you coming with the Audi. With this light, we started something completely new.
In the future, we will have even more possibilities for individualization, for addressable lights. This car is the first one that opens the door for this new technology, for the new future of lighting.
The really new thing that is going to come is the light communication. Light is going to start to talk. We can maybe make a better world because it means that from more far away, we can convey a message. And not only for the car drivers, but for the bicycle drivers, motorcycle drivers, pedestrians. This is a complex world. We need to understand each other, we need to talk to each other. And I think light is our future language.
And the Q4 e-tron has, as far as I know, a lot of brand new digital features. Is that right?
Oh, it's absolutely right. It is packed with digital features. For example, now by saying, hey Audi, you activate voice assist, and this is only one option to interact with the vehicle.
Sounds easy. What are the other options?
Come on, I'll show you.
Okay. We go into the car.
There's, for example, the steering wheel. A major step forward are the touch surfaces, which react to touch and also to swipe gestures. You can use it to control features like personal settings, radio or media playlists, or also display layouts. And I can tell you that swiping makes finding this one song in your playlist or adapting the volume so much easier. And to make ease of use even better, we also incorporated touch response, which perfectly combines the driving task and touch interaction.
Wow. But what about the big display?
You mean the MMI screen?
That's what I meant.
We increased its size to offer a better overview of the content shown and to make touch interaction even better.
But you mentioned many, many other options. But if I take a close look, I can't see anything else. So is there another option? Is that it?
Oh, yeah. There is one option, and you mean the augmented reality head-up display. To me, it's one of the major technological highlights of this vehicle. But you actually can't see it now because it only turns on when the car's driving.
Okay. So we have to turn it on. And
Absolutely.
I think this is what it looks like.
That's it, yeah. You see that all the important information you need are displayed directly in front of you on the windshield, like navigation, speed limit, assistance systems, just to name a few. And the information are shown on two separate levels, the status section and the augmented reality section.
That is really, really awesome.
It is, I love it. And the turning arrows, they are displayed dynamically, and they appear to be floating at a distance of roughly 10 meters. And by this, the driver gets a better overview of very complex situations very, very quickly without being distracted.
So no more getting lost on the way to the show.
No more getting lost.
Janina, thank you very much. That was very impressive.
You're welcome.
An experienced and well-functioning team that is always willing to go the extra mile. That's what it takes to build a car like the Audi Q4 e-Tron. More space, more freedom, more technology. The interior feels premium and generously spacious. Four individual light signatures to choose from on request. The Audi Q4 e-Tron is the only series model offering such a feature. With the optional augmented reality head-up display, we are offering a glimpse into the future already today. On the balance sheet, the Q4 e-Tron will reproduce CO2 neutral and offers a range of upholstery with recycled materials. With the e-Tron charging service, you will be driving carefree, anytime, anywhere, thanks to more than 200,000 charging points in Europe. The Q4 e-Tron shows today how the future of mobility looks like, and it fits perfectly in our e-Tron lineup.
We've heard that the Q4 e-Tron is the next chapter in the story of living progress. What else does the story tell us?
You know, Stephen, fortunately, it's actually a never-ending story. Some chapters can be seen here, but there's so much more to come. Because what you see here is the result of Audi's attitude. The future is not something we wait for. We build and invent it every day. It's my personal great pleasure to announce the next chapter of Audi e-Tron design will be unveiled at the Shanghai Motor Show. And here is a sneak peek.
Wow, I can't wait to see more. Looks really, really good.